that has not happened in a long time. Well, while you fix that, I'm gonna put my guitar up.
Go ahead.
It was so weird looking at us and we're just being like on one side of the camera.
This angle is absolutely terrible. How did you mess this up so bad?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's like room for a whole other person over there.
It's funny you mentioned that because we have this empty chair right here. Like, what could that be about? I don't think this chair has ever been in my room.
Oh well.
Oh well.
So this week we're... Get on in here.
Ladies and
Come
gentlemen.
on. Gordon Murdoch.
Colton Merchant.
I guess I'll fill in this chair
Welcome to the show, Colton Merchant.
while the real guest comes in.
Third time guest.
It's his third time guest.
How have you been since we last saw you?
When was the last time y'all?
Caleb AM, so...
Yeah. It's been
Last
so
time
long.
y'all saw me on Caleb AM, or in
Pretty sure-
general, I think was 2022. I don't think I came on once 2023.
That's crazy. A whole year. We can't let that happen again. I guess we've already got 2024 out the way, which is good. But, you know.
Early
See you again at
2024, late
2025.
2022.
It's been fun. Go ahead and bring in Johnny Depp. He's the real guest.
Colton, how do you stay
What's
so
up?
fit?
Eat and walk.
Nice. Pretty sure the last episode he was on was the one that he wasn't supposed to be on that ended up getting deleted.
It was when Daniel was on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
2023. That was 2023.
I think it was.
Yeah, but it wasn't ever kept, so
You're right.
Doesn't
Never
count.
count.
So technically he's a second time guest?
Oh yeah, I didn't know if you were counting that one or not.
Well, I've guest starred on two. I was the main guest on two separate Caleb
Okay.
AMs.
Okay.
This is my third time.
This is your third time. Got it.
Yeah.
So, guess we can go ahead and get started. I mean, welcome to Caleb AM. This is the show where we talk about Jesus.
We drink caffeine.
We ask a question,
We talk about life.
then we go to class.
We go to class.
I'm Caleb Griffin.
I'm Caleb Blatt.
You've already met that guy. So
This
let's
is
not
Caleb
yet.
Merchant. It's about time we get into this.
get into some scripture.
I had the Bible verse last week. I might have spoiled it, kind of, for Caleb last night.
So,
And Matthew, if Matthew's watching.
Matthew,
I
you
can
know
see-
you're in the chat, man. You
How's
better,
that guy?
you better say something.
I should send him the link real quick.
Probably should.
Let me do that before. Colton, tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah.
Sending
What do you do?
Matthew this link.
Go to school.
Yeah. Sure. Major.
My major's business. If y'all haven't remembered from last time I was here, I guess I wasn't declared last time I was here.
I don't.
I don't think
remember.
I was declared.
The only thing I remember about the last time you were here was your C4 energy drink.
That was true. It was Skittles.
And that's
But-
the only thing I remember about your last appearance.
Nothing else was memorable.
Nothing else.
I guess that's why I didn't come
I
back on in
remember-
2023.
Our
Nothing
audience,
else was
our audience is
memorable.
like, don't bring that guy back.
I drank a swirly pop.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't remember what I drank.
I think you
I think
had
you had a rain.
white gummy bear.
Well, I had a rain.
He had a rain.
I just don't know what type.
I might not have had a swirly pop. I know I had a bang, but I'm pretty sure it was a swirly pop because that's when we started
Yeah.
giving scores to flavors, and I gave whatever you had a 70 something. I remember that.
So it wasn't rainbow sherbet.
Definitely wasn't rainbow sherbet. Probably wasn't white gummy bear either because those are like my two favorites.
Maybe a dreamsicle.
It was Dreamsicle. You know what? I remember it being Dreamsicle.
Was it dreamsicle?
Because I remember I liked it too. I liked it.
Tropical storm hadn't come out yet,
Yeah.
and I don't know any other rain flavor you would consider a 7. There's not. I don't think there's any other that I would consider a 7. Outside of those 4.
I'll have to go back and find the video.
We can do that. Alright, anyways, biblical times.
So my verse comes from 1 John 1, verses 6 and 7. And I'm feeling light, I might read 8 and 9 too, just because why not?
Why not?
It says, if we say we have fellowship with him and yet walk in darkness, we are lying and not practicing the truth. If we walk in the light as he himself is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus Christ cleanses us from all sin. Just stop there.
Great
Because
verse.
Two verses actually.
Two verses. Reminds me of something Mr. Bisson told us yesterday in class. So, unless you want to elaborate any further.
I'll elaborate after. I don't want
Okay.
you to forget
Sure.
this.
So we were talking about how Jesus is life, and he has been driving this point home for the past 2 class periods that apart from Jesus, like, we can't exist, we can't function basically the way we're supposed to. And he's looked at so many biblical references and everything. Well, someone asked him, does that mean that if you don't exercise your faith, does that mean that you lose your salvation? And Dr. Bisson had a resounding yes as soon as the question was asked. And he said, you look at it like this way: Jesus is your life source. And if you turn and walk away from your life source, you no longer have life. Doesn't mean you can't come back. Doesn't mean he can't come and grab you. But you have no life apart from Jesus. So when you say walking in darkness, being apart from Jesus, it's like, that's kind of what made me think of, was what Dr. Bisson said. So, it's
Really?
good verse.
It reminds me of a quote that I have sitting in the back of my Bible from Super Swimmer. It says, "The measure of worth of our public activity for God is the private communion we have with Him." Because, I mean, it kind of goes both ways, but kind of, what the verse was saying, if you say you walk with Him, but you're actually walking in darkness, you're a liar.
Yeah.
But if you say you walk with Him and you're walking in the light, then you can rejoice with others and you're with others and all this stuff. But like, if you're saying you walk with Him, you go to all this church stuff and you tell people you're a good Christian, but then when you go home, you're a raging alcoholic who does drugs and kills people, then Caleb, you should probably
I gotta
leave, by the
leave.
way. Not to call you out mid Caleb AM, but yeah, and
I'm so lucky.
if you go home and you just abandon Jesus and act as if He's not anything that you say He is, then how can you call yourself a Christian?
Yeah.
And that's something that I struggle with a lot. I don't drink, smoke, or kill people, but
What about
Weed?
that God?
Yeah, I agree with you.
I also
It's-
never lie.
It's definitely something I struggle with too, and yeah, as far as like,
That was one of the things I got out of last night.
yeah,
I got a lot out of last night. It was good.
last night was good.
First hour, I don't know. I was trying to get stuff out of it, but wasn't. And then I let go. It came rushing. And then he sang Extravagant, and I started crying.
Yeah, into that like
Thanks, Matthew.
into that like kind of what you said. I don't know why it just made me think of this, but like if you like come home and don't act like Jesus is who you say He is, kind of thing. Like I hate it when people try to describe Jesus as like a good moral teacher or like a good preacher, because to me, if you look at all the things He said, saying like He is the Son of God and the only way to the Father is only way to the Father is through Him and all that stuff. You can look at Jesus in one of two ways. Either He is the Son of God, or He was a complete and total lunatic, in my opinion. Like, and I choose to believe He's the Son of God. So you can't act like He's not the Son of God when you're outside of the church building, unless you want to go to the viewpoint that He is a complete and total lunatic, or He was a complete and total lunatic when He was in human form on earth. But yeah, that's made me think of that. But
Well said.
thank you.
Well, we've officially gone 10 minutes without caffeine. Should we fix that?
I think we should. That might be a record.
I don't think it is. There was that one time where we talked for a while, and then we started drinking caffeine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's definitely a podium finish at the very least. It might be first, but it's a podium finish.
Yeah. Should we let the guests go first?
Yeah.
What
I should have said something about it last night,
Crack into
but I was like, we should get JJ's chair out of his room.
I was thinking
So
about
Colton
it.
doesn't have to sit in
I got a
with
chair now.
chairs.
I thought you were gonna have a chair and you didn't.
Well, the chair came in last night, but
You
I
have to
told
build it.
yeah. Well, my mom.
We could construct it on Caleb AM.
Well, my
It's
mom.
been an
My
hour
mom
already.
just decided to build it for me.
Oh.
So
it's
she.
at your house?
Yeah. So it's at my house. It's already built. So
Nice.
I got a chair just like the Caleb AM brothers, just like how these guys got it. It's not quite a gaming chair like these. It's a nice office leather chair though. But when my mom had went ahead and built it, I told her not to because I said,
Sorry.
Go ahead. Laugh up. No, I told her not to go ahead and build it because I know we built your chair and JJ's chair here, and I thought that'd be a fun thing to do, but
We did not build my chair here.
not.
No,
Well, I knew we built JJ's chair here,
we did.
and I thought that'd be a fun thing to do for all of us, just to
Build a
Kinda.
chair.
To
get
bond.
together and bond and build a chair.
We
And
need to
then
find something else to build.
my mom just went ahead and did it.
Maybe when it gets here, we can take it apart and put it back together.
I'm not
Take
complaining about
Take
it.
it
but
apart, send it to your mom, and be like, screw yeah.
destroy it. Well, apparently
Set
it
it
came
on
destroyed.
fire.
There's 2 rips in the leather when my mom put it together, and so now she's upset about it.
She
I'm
ripped
not too upset
Did
about
she
it.
rip the leather?
The leather came ripped already.
Ask for a refund, but keep the chair.
That's
And
what
then-
she's trying to do. She sent an email out to him last night, and she's gonna see if she can get either a refund or she's just gonna get another chair. So 2 chairs for the price of one.
Well, if she does get another chair, then we can take apart the first chair with the rips in it and build something not a chair. And see
build something.
see
If
what
there
we
is
can-
another
Let's
chair.
build
we
a
can-
car out of the second chair.
We can
Speaking
put it
of
at the
cars.
table where there's like, so there would be 3 different types of chairs at the table, and one of them is a rolling desk chair.
That's true. All right,
But speaking
Yeah,
of
drink some
cars,
caffeine.
enough jibber jabber.
we hadn't done caffeine.
Today, I bring to the podcast a lemon lime prime.
Hold on.
What?
Look at his prom on the video.
Whoa.
Dude, what? Video that, please. Please
That's
video
black.
that. Dude,
Hold up, I gotta see if it's. I have it pulled up on my phone. I don't normally.
oh my gosh.
Oh man.
That might be the craziest thing. Prime is weird confirmed?
Am I behind?
Yeah.
Pull your prime up. Whoa!
It's black! Guys,
Wait, let me see.
hold on.
That's crazy.
Hold on.
Have we not? Pull up the green screen.
We not confirmed this
Have
before?
we?
Whoa!
I don't even have the green screen setting on for Caleb AM. It's a
Whoa!
totally different stream.
But I got green on my pants. Okay, no, look, this it's on my crotch.
Get up in there.
That is so cool. This is green.
That's crazy.
Has it always been like this?
I feel like I'm colorblind.
I've worn so.
I mean,
I've worn so much Game Theory merch. There's no way.
There's no way.
We would have noticed.
There's gotta be.
it,
It's gotta be a certain type of green. These aren't the exact same shading. Yeah, y'all can't tell.
Hold
but
on. Hold on a second. Alright, my caffeine is a white gummy bear.
Yep, it's doing it. Kind of.
That's crazy. When I turn it this way, it doesn't. I'm gonna do it that way. What is happening? Do you have a green energy drink today?
No, I don't. I'm
Oh.
sorry, guys. I got a Bankster bear.
I thought it was because I wasn't caffeinated. I noticed my energy drink was a little darker, and I was like, huh. I guess let me caffeinate and fix my eyes, but no, it's completely black on the screen. But in reality, it's green. So
That's crazy.
that is pretty cool.
We need to find a picture to replace green stuff with, and then never mention it again.
Yeah.
So when we have green objects, there's just like
It's
a
just
picture
a
of
picture.
the rock or something. Well, let's drink this caffeine.
Let's
Is this
please.
the first appearance of a prime energy drink on Kill
Definitely.
Van?
It definitely is.
Shout out to
think-
JJ for letting me pour a
I think at this point we've had
lemon lime prime.
we haven't had Rockstar or Monster on Caleb. No, we have had a Monster on Caleb AM because original. That's not on the live streams.
Yeah.
On the old podcast we did.
I've yet to have anything but Bang, so it's all come from you and Colton.
I've had a Ghost over Christmas break. Had that Red Bull that one time that I don't want to discuss. I've had Monster originally. He's had Prime and C4. And then you've had Bang, of course. So, like, Rockstar is like the only big one that we're missing.
Maybe, but I don't feel the need to include it.
I can't remember if I've ever had a Rockstar or not.
This isn't bad.
It's okay.
I like it.
You feel wrong.
Kind of reminds me of Squincher.
I do like
I'll
Squincher.
get into it. Bankster Berry.
I don't really want that one. I'm not a big fan of it. The prime. My bad, bro. I'll drink it. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Enjoy the flavoring I just put in
It's-
there.
It's not like it's yours anyway.
I like it. It's weird to say, but like I like it more than the citrus ghost.
I think I do too. The Citrus Ghost was a little disappointing.
It was
because
very
I love lime stuff.
Dude, it was
but
very disappointing. Surprisingly, of all the like lemon lime flavored energy drinks I've had, the Celsius lemon lime's my favorite,
Celsius?
which is crazy.
I just,
because I've hated every Celsius I've had except for that.
I cannot get
Oh, we
behind
haven't had
Celsius.
Celsius.
we haven't had Celsius
Or Alani.
or Alani.
But
I hope
the lemon
y'all
lime-
never have Celsius.
Have you had
on
the
this
lemon lime
podcast.
Celsius?
No, I've had the
It
black
tastes- it just
cherry
tastes like-
Celsius.
Lemon lime Celsius just tastes like Sprite, except not quite as good.
I wish I could test that theory, but Celsius is probably one of the worst energy drinks I've ever put in my
I would
mouth.
agree with you outside of the lemon lime.
of the ones I've had, easily Red Bull's the worst. I've had one Red Bull that was a 5, and I would have had to force myself to drink more than one sip of it, even though it was a 5. But
No, it's
I haven't
still
had.
good.
I've had like one good Celsius, and at CrossCon, whoever had that orange Celsius sitting next to us, did you try it, dude? It tasted burnt, like it was.
I
disgusting.
think most of the Celsius. I think I've only had black cherry because I just tried it with a friend when they were drinking it. I just think they taste like battery acid,
Yeah.
and
Not-
I don't want to figure out the citrus one tastes any good or not because I'm not trying to have that taste in my mouth all
I'll
day.
buy it one day and give you a sip because I like Celsius gives me
Have
peak
to have a
energy for 1
toothbrush in
hour,
hand.
and if I ever need peak energy for 1 hour, I'd have a Celsius. But that's the
If
only-
I'm buying an energy drink for energy, it's like always Ghost. Because I think they taste really good and they also have the best constant supply of energy. Like when I drink a Ghost, I'm kind of good for 6 hours.
at this
8
point
hours.
I'm diluted to caffeine. I think, or I don't drink. I built a tolerance, so I need more than what I normally drink to get.
No, I don't typically drink an energy drink, so whenever I have one, I usually feel the effects of it. But it's not like I'm trying to stay unreliant to it.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I'm not in the habit of drinking one.
The worst
Drink one
energy
on
drink-
Wednesdays and I drank one every day this week. So.
I did not drink. Yesterday is the first day of classes. I have not drank an energy drink, which is this semester, which is very bad. But oh well. Never
Could be
drink
very
Nas,
good and
kids.
start to something.
This might be the first energy drink
I
I've had
might.
in 3 weeks.
I might bring a Nas one day just so we could all relish in the horribleness together. Because Nas is the worst energy drink ever, and it's not even close in my opinion. Like Nas, just
I don't think I've ever had a Nas, so I
count
don't.
yourself lucky.
I'm interested in trying it.
Full
There was
throttle's
one time
bad,
at
too.
Peppers, somebody brought like 2 12-packs of them and were giving them out for free in the back, and I was already drinking a bang, and I was like, Caleb Griffin told me this sucks, I'm not going to try it.
Then I maybe did try a Nas because I think unless I
don't
wasn't
know if
there,
you were there that
if
day.
I
don't
wasn't,
think you were.
It's almost like if you mix the original Monster with the original Red Bull, and then
Oh,
the,
gosh.
the aftertaste just tastes like pure bitterness.
Those are my 2 least
Like,
favorite
it's-
energy drinks.
That's
That would be
tough.
awful.
Like the initial taste of it for like a millisecond isn't that bad, and then it instantly turns into horror
I can't
when
imagine.
it goes into your mouth. It's bad, but
I'm glad you survived it.
I'm glad I did.
I don't
too.
think I would.
My dad,
I'm not gonna try
my
it.
dad, when he was like bad on energy drinks, like they had to have an intervention. Like he drank a Nas or a Full Throttle every single day, and they were bad.
They have a
He did.
second
They're
flavor
really-
of Nas now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's sugar free and just in
Maybe.
a purple can.
I don't know, but he did. My dad did turn me on to Pipeline Punch Monster Juice, which is for the longest time was my favorite energy drink, but it's since been passed.
By White Gummy Bear.
Pipeline Punch would still be my
That's my my block for a phone charger.
Is that white? Okay.
I don't want it or anything. I just there
I
was
was
one
wondering
time
where it came from because I have another one down there.
when that trend was popular, where it was like if you rub the the block on the wall, it'll
Stick.
stick to it. It was actually just a ploy to get people to screw up their paint because it obviously doesn't work. Because why would it
Let's
work?
find out.
So I tried it.
You know what?
It didn't mess up my paint, fortunately, but it didn't work either. So it was kind of really boring.
It's like it messed up people's paint until now.
In your face.
Well, I mean,
I
thought
have
it was,
wallpaper.
I thought it was real, so it's pretty disappointing. But yeah,
Y'all remember when the Vans Challenge came out?
I don't remember when it came out, but I remember it.
I was a sophomore in high school, and that's when I had my YouTube channel,
yeah, I remember.
and I made a video on it, and I got 500 views, and I thought I was the king of everything. And
I was very bad when
I
I did
remember
YouTube. I was very bad with keeping up with trends. And so, like, if I did a trend, it was like 2 years too late.
Like the cinnamon challenge.
I did like the ice bucket challenge when no one nominated me. It was fun.
Come on, guys, let's keep this going.
I was nominated by nobody, and I nominated.
Well, I didn't say I was nominated by anyone, and I didn't say I was going to nominate anyone. I just said, all right, let's do this.
Dude, I remember in 5th grade when that challenge came out. Or maybe it was 6th grade. It's when I like first got social media. It was like the first big
I was
thing
in middle school when it
to
came
go.
out,
So I must have been in middle school too.
I think.
But I remember when it came out, and I was just like, this is the first social media thing I've ever been a part of, and then nobody nominated me, and I wanted to cry. I was like,
A bunch of people were nominating my dad. Like, people from the church were making videos and posting them to Facebook, and I'm like, I nominate Breck Ladd! And then so he obviously, after getting nominated like 100 times, felt obliged to do it, and so he nominated us, and then we did it.
I get it.
He was so kind. He was so kind for that. Also, things are all out of whack because we're not used to having guests, but
We gotta do the poll.
we got to do the poll.
Yeah. All right. So this week or every week on Caleb AM, we do a poll. You can vote for it on our Instagrams at Caleb_Griffin11 and at Caleb_Ladd03.
Not a Colton Merchant 1-1. Is that what it is?
Colton
No.
Pierce Merchant.
Colton Pierce Merchant. Why did I think it was
One large word. He doesn't put them on his story. Anyways, this week it was on my story, so next week it'll be on his. The Instagram handles are in the description below. This week's poll brought to us by our guest this week.
It was me.
We decided to do a guest series and have them do polls. Colton being the first one, probably the only one. We'll see how it goes.
JJ's never waking up. Daniel's never getting here at 6:30.
JJ said he'd think about it, which is more than I thought he would say.
We'll sedate him at 6 p.m.
And
then bum rush his room at 6:15. Get up! It's been 12 hours.
Anyways, so Colton's idea was cars versus trucks, and since I have a car and you have an SUV and he has a truck, what I wanted to do was all of us take pictures with our vehicle.
Yeah, we didn't
And
do
post
that
it on our
on
story.
Tuesday. I thought you were gonna save that one for another week, but then I saw the polls.
I just did cars versus truck because that was his idea.
That would have been
So-
fun for the next time Colton guest starred, but
Yeah.
we could probably pull it back up. We could just do our cars.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be
Which
who
car
has the best
wins?
car.
So cars versus trucks.
Obviously.
You both
I'm
will
winning.
get a chance to pick what you think won and by what percent. And I will also allow you guys to give your input. We'll let our guest go first this time. So
I was gonna let him go first.
So I say what I picked first, and then I guess what the score was, or
yes,
okay. So I
You
picked
can do
trucks.
it however you want, actually.
that's true. There is no.
There's no order.
If you do it the wrong way, though, you are kicked off the show.
You will die.
There's a sniper waiting.
I picked trucks.
Take the shot.
I picked trucks. I drive a truck. I think trucks are pretty cool, pretty nice, pretty handy. I like
brother, this.
it has been pretty useful for me having a truck.
It has
a couple
been useful
times.
having a friend that has a truck. That's
Yeah.
why I'm your friend, by the way, because I couldn't do the hangout.
We all need that
'Cause he
one
has
guy
a-
that
I couldn't
drives
do
a
the
truck.
illegal
Because he
hangout
has an
trash
SUV,
runs.
but without the truck space of an
Yeah.
SUV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like having a truck.
Yeah.
And now that I've been driving one for like 3 years now, and anytime I drive a low to the ground car, it just feels like I'm flying.
That's
Fair.
why I like my car. But anyways, so what do you think the people said?
Unfortunately, I don't think many people drive. I mean, in the South you see a lot of trucks, but
That
I
is
don't-
where this poll's coming from.
it's
And
So,
it's also
I
not
would
what do
think-
you drive, it's what do you like more.
That's what I like more.
No, like
The
the pole.
pole is
It
what
wasn't
you like
what
more.
car do you or what type of vehicle do you drive. It's what vehicle
Which
do
is
you
better?
like.
I like the truck better.
Yeah, we know that.
No,
but we're
like
saying
the
for people.
pole. The
Yeah, I
people.
think generally people are gonna like. There are more cars that people like than trucks.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think the poll's gonna be leaning towards the car side,
Sure.
at least 65-35,
Okay.
somewhere around that range, 60-40.
Write that down, just because I need to remember. 65,
Oh, we need
35.
65-35 is your definitive.
I'm gonna go in the middle. So 37-63.
Got you.
Okay.
63,
I
37.
like that. I was gonna go in that range too. I also think that cars are better. It's more variety.
Sure.
You can get a lot farther with cars,
Sure.
literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
I've never been a big truck guy. My dad, he had a car, and then he got a really big truck, and I drove it like one time when we were like searching for a car for me when I was about to turn 16 or whatever, and I hated it like really bad, and I was really scared the whole time because it was so big, and I was like, I'm about to kill somebody because I'm driving this monster truck down the road. And now he has a smaller truck, and I like it a little bit more than his old one, but I still don't. I don't know. It's weird. I've just never been a fan of trucks.
Sure.
I think they're just a little too big.
Truck.
Whenever I'm on the road and I'm driving a truck, I get really nervous when people start to pass me because I'm just like, it's so big, all this other stuff. Yeah, it's the only time I get nervous.
Only time I get nervous. When I was growing up, learning how to drive a
That
car.
sentence.
When I was first learning how to drive, I drove a car, and when I finally got my truck, it was just it was such a big
It's like love at first sight.
transformation. It was a big transformation because I was used to driving low to the ground, and then I went high up, and parking in a truck can be pretty tough if you're parking.
That's like the main reason I don't like trucks because like parking's my least favorite part of driving. That's why I always back in because I don't like parking because I know that I'm gonna have to back out.
So bad
and
at parking.
That always scares me because like somebody's gonna be flying through the parking lot. But like, so that's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of trucks. And like my car's pretty big too, but it's pretty compact for. My dad always likes to call it a truck, and he's like, because if you took the back off, it would be a truck. I'm like, well, the back's on it, so it's not a truck. Stop
It's a
calling
sport
it a
utility vehicle.
Two things.
It's a
two
beautiful
gripes about
4Runner.
trucks I have. This is like some people. Not all trucks are like this, but
Why
the
didn't you say
people.
this when it was your turn?
So
I'll go.
Keep
I'll let you
go. You can keep going. I was just joking.
People
Get
that
out.
people that add the covers to the back of their trucks,
I
like
can't stand
the
that.
big
Why get a
the
truck?
big window
Yeah.
covers, not like the
Yeah, yeah.
flatbed covers are fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Those
I
are
know
cool.
what you're. We know what you're.
But like
Where
the
it
ones
looks
that make
like
them
an
look like an
SUV.
SUV,
What's
those
the
are
point?
those are so nasty.
Why
I don't
get
like
a
them.
truck?
I hate the ones
Also-
that have two wheels on.
Oh, dude. When a
Yeah.
truck is like
Like the two
squatted
extra
or
wheels.
has
Yeah.
two wheels and it's like already, it's bigger than it's already supposed to
Yeah.
be. I get pissed off whenever I see a car that looks like that, especially if they have lights under the wheels. Like,
Yeah. Anyways,
another thing, trucks could never win because the Jeep truck exists, and that is the
I was
most
about to-
hideous car
I was about to
ever.
say that's my
Yeah, I
second
don't hate
cry.
the Jeep truck.
It is hideous.
I don't hate it.
The Jeep
It
truck is-
disgusts me.
A Jeep truck is pretty rank.
Thank
I was
you.
pretty excited. I was pretty excited when the Jeep truck was first introduced. I was like, this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a hybrid truck. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be cool.
And
And then it came out and it was
so
I
I
ugly.
mean, does it compare to like a Jeep Wrangler? Absolutely not. The Jeep Wrangler's freaking sick, but I don't hate the Jeep truck. I'm not offended that you
I
guys
don't
hate
know.
the Jeep truck.
I
I'm
just
not so
I
attached
just think
to
people
that
that
I
pick
wanna
a
cry
Jeep truck
because
to
you guys
drive
don't agree with
are
me,
just
but-
people that can't ever make a decision in life. You couldn't pick a Jeep or a truck, so you went with both, and it ended up really hurting you in the end.
Yeah. But so I also agree that I think cars won on the poll. I'd be pretty baffled if it didn't, honestly. I guess I'll go a little bit more disparity than Colton, and I'll go.
Despair.
Is that not the right word?
I mean,
Like,
despair is like sadness.
I thought
Disperse.
disparity, like disparity. So there's
that
more
the-
disperse.
Is that the okay? I don't know.
I'm not an English teacher.
I'll look it up. But I'm gonna go with 68-32.
Okay.
The
yeah.
one-off.
To give my opinion on it, I see the benefit of trucks in some cases. You have the trunk space, but you also have the horrible gas.
Yeah.
They are associated with the type of
A difference in level or treatment.
there's a type of people associated with trucks that usually are the annoying, not him, but not Colton, but
guy!
a type of southern guy that's associated with the truck that I don't appreciate for the most part. There are some people who have trucks that I know who I love.
Just because you have a truck, don't listen to
Yeah.
that and be
It's a-
offended.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's you.
I think there are certain types of trucks. I'll go into it after you
Yeah.
finish.
And then some of them are very loud, and I don't like that.
If you've taken the muffler off of your vehicle at all,
Yeah.
that's all I have to say.
There's no light at the end of the tunnel.
Like
You
my
can't
car-
redeem that.
There's nothing
You're an
redeemable
idiot.
about it.
You are a moron.
I agree.
What is wrong with you?
But yeah, and I love my car. I love being low. So I'm always gonna get cars.
Yeah, I don't want to get high.
For the poll,
No, nothing about me.
for the poll, it was a lot closer than I anticipated. The final tally was 54-46. Truck was never more than 10% away from car. A lot.
I'm assuming car won.
Car
right?
won
Okay.
54-46.
The way you weren't telling us, I was like, oh no, truck pulled out.
A lot of people voted. This is the most I've ever had vote on a poll before, and a lot of people who I didn't even know watched Caleb AM. Hi guys, voted for this. So pretty cool. Some shocking.
We need to start
votes.
posting a link
We do.
to the channel.
We did it one time, and it didn't help.
There was one time where, as Caleb AM started, I posted the link on my Instagram, and that was one of the days we had a decent amount of viewers.
Yeah. But so that was the poll.
Doesn't appear Matthew as a journalist.
54, 46. So
I thought it'd be
9%.
close like that.
It being a southern state, I'm not really surprised.
No, I wasn't surprised. I thought about going closer together, but I thought there might be more people.
I was more shocked at
Inclined to
some
go
of the
with
people that picked
cars.
trucks than I was people who didn't.
We'll have to talk about this afterwards.
Yeah. Y'all remember when JJ had a truck?
No.
Unfortunately,
That was a crazy time.
JJ's one of the reasons I don't like trucks.
Wait, yes, I did.
The first time I got in a car, like I got in a car that Colton was driving, it was his truck. We went to Sonic, and he was pulling into the Sonic thing, and
Hit his window.
slowly
Rearview mirror.
he hit the mirror, and
just
slowly just kept going, and it just kept folding in.
Part of driving your truck is hitting the Sonic menu.
Yeah.
That's it. It just comes with the package.
The amount
You
of
gotta deal with
times that JJ like did something really dumb or literally hit somebody's car, and
I was in a truck. I was in the truck with him when he hit somebody once.
I was in the truck with him too when he hit somebody.
JJ,
And we didn't even notice. Like his truck was so powerful and so fat and massive that we destroyed the back of somebody's car and didn't notice and just drove off.
that's so funny. JJ,
And then he got a speeding ticket later that day.
That's
That was a rough
Double
day
whammy.
for JJ. It was also on a Thursday, so we were going to BSU that night, or family groups that night. Oh man,
JJ is the type of fella that drives like a race car driver, therefore does not need a truck.
yeah.
The car he has now suits him much better, but he's not. His driving style doesn't fit with truck.
Yeah.
When he hit someone when I was with him, he asked me to go to Starkville with him for a CCA cheerleading competition, and I said yes.
And they had cheerleaders at CCA on.
They have 4, and but it was at the Sanderson. They had more than 4. It was probably every girl that was in the high school.
Probably.
But so we're going, and I don't know how familiar y'all are with the surrounding neighboring streets of my house, but when you go to turn on Highway 12, there's the road, and you cannot see at all people coming from the left.
Yeah.
So you have to pull like way out and look and everything. And so there's this truck in front of us, and JJ just like is slowly inching towards him, trying to look. And I didn't say anything because I'm used to JJ getting right up on people. So I figured he's just gonna stop, and he just didn't. And he said I thought he had already gone and turned, and he hit him, and it was
That's so funny because, like, when you're sitting behind the truck, you have no reason to be watching to see who's coming because you can't even go.
He thought the truck had gone. I get that's what he said. It was kind of funny.
I was in a similar situation at Blue Cut at that intersection where my school's at, next to Blue Cut. I was looking out to the left to see if a car was coming, and I thought the car in front of me had drove off, and I hit it. I'm sorry. The way you said that was
You were like on Blue Cut where my school used to be, on Blue Cut.
Next to Blue Cut. At the intersection on Blue Cut, you know where my school is? On
Next
Blue
to
Cut.
It's early, man.
You're right. We're sorry.
Caffeine hasn't kicked in yet.
We're sorry. That was just.
It was funny.
It crackled me a little bit.
Crackled.
Yeah. You saw Mean Girls last night. How was that?
I did see Mean Girls. It was bad.
Oh.
I won't say it ruined the movie for me. It hasn't ruined like the original Mean Girls movie though.
Sure.
It makes me appreciate it more. Cause I'm not the biggest chick flick guy, but I did like Mean Girls. And after seeing the new Mean Girls last night, it was. I mean, it was the movie was just a remake. It wasn't like a sequel or nothing. So there was a lot of. It was the same plot, the same characters. It was.
Oh, I thought that it was like gonna be like one of their daughters or something.
I thought that too, but it was just a complete remake of the original one, and it was just everything that. So we're not gonna do Peach Crystal on this, I don't imagine. So I'll go ahead and give my score. I rank all the movies. So this is my first 2024 movie, and I gave it a 39. Like it is
worse than The Flash.
Compared to my 2024 3 movie list. It is 10 points lower than the lowest movie I gave to last year's list. So it's not a strong start for the year. It can only go up from here. So
That's not
excited.
good, unfortunately.
If I do like,
I can't imagine anything could be
It probably won't
too
be.
much worse.
There
There
probably
might be
won't
something
be,
worse,
But
but
I'm just saying.
it also didn't help that this
It's
movie
possible.
was a musical, and
Yeah.
every single song
That's why I
was
didn't go see
terrible.
it.
Not a single memorable song, but it was weird because people were in there. I guess they'd either seen the movie before or listened to the soundtrack before going
They
in there.
might have
Was
seen
singing the songs
They might have
as
seen the
the
Broadway
songs.
musical.
Maybe.
Because it was a musical before it was a movie. Like the first one.
and they probably heard the soundtrack.
And
Yeah. Then these people were singing all the songs as the people behind me were singing all the songs as they were being played up on the screen. I was like,
How do you
"Shut up! How do you know this terrible music?" And then they were also quoting every single line from the old movie and the new movie. But every single
it's kind of very.
so like
funny.
everything funny about the first movie was a callback in this movie, and all the callbacks were either in a musical or just weren't funny because they were a callback.
Yeah.
So the
Callbacks don't work in comedies, I've found.
the generation that's gonna grow up and watch this movie instead of the original Mean Girls is gonna
I feel bad.
it's really gonna make them not appreciate it. So, because
Maybe I should
feel like-
watch it because I haven't watched the original Mean Girls.
some of
I
the
like it.
some of the like funny things, like get in loser, we're going shopping,
It's
was completely everything was just taken away from that because it was in the middle of a musical, and all she said in this movie was "get in loser," and then they just
They don't
cut
say
to
we're
go.
going shopping. I
They didn't even go shopping. They just went straight to her house.
It's got Amy Poehler in it. The first one does, which is nice.
I don't know. Who that is.
Parks and Rec. Leslie Knope.
Oh, Amy, I
Yeah,
thought
that's-
I thought her name was Polar.
It probably is, and I just said it.
I think it's Amy Poehler.
It probably is. I'm sorry, guys.
That's not. Yeah, she was the mom of Regina George in the first one. But
If this year, like, if I'm remembering the movies that are coming out that I want to see, if I make a end of the year like movie ranking video, it's gonna be really short because there's only
Yeah.
like 5 movies.
yeah, there's not too
Unless
many
I go
movies
just
this year
see
that's
stuff
coming out.
again, because there was a bunch of stuff I didn't really want to see last year that I saw. But like the only 4 I can think of off the top of my head that I really want to see are Despicable Me 4, Kung Fu Panda 4, Deadpool 3, and Argyle.
Yeah,
And it's weird that Argyle's even on that list.
I want to go
because
see.
It's not a series of anything. It just looks cool.
I want to see If.
I
It's
do
that imaginary
Oh, yeah.
friend movie with Ryan Reynolds and
I
Steve
kind of want
Carell.
to see that, but
Steve
it's
Carell.
just cast.
John Krasinski.
I'm gonna go see it for sure.
I saw the trailer for it last night and
And Plot
I
Twist Day
forgot
One.
about it.
I
And
want to see that.
Yeah, there's a couple horror movies coming out this year that I'm kind of interested in.
So
they're
I'm
making an Until Dawn movie.
really.
I'm so excited about that. Although it's probably gonna suck because the entire premise of the game was that you get to decide what happens. So, and if Chris and Ashley die, then I don't want to see it. I'm looking up spoilers beforehand because if they die, I'm not going to watch it.
Speaking of movies, La La Land leaves Netflix soon, and since Netflix is working on it again, I really would like it if you guys would watch that movie with me.
I'll watch it with you. I haven't seen it. I've been meaning to watch
That's
it.
my favorite musical movie ever, and it's not even that much of a musical. There's some musical numbers for sure. It opens with a big musical number, but it's not.
Is Barbie considered a musical?
I don't think so.
No.
It might.
How many
doesn't-
how many songs does a movie have to have for it to be a musical?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like they just have to randomly disperse into music during like scenes. Like
They did that in
Barbie. Well, Barbie, they had the opening musical number, and then they had "I'm Just Ken." And what was another one?
There was one in the real
The,
world, wasn't there?
I didn't think there was one in the
so.
real world. The only ones they had were in
She-
Barbie
she
Land.
had her
They
song
played
recorded.
they played a song while she was in the real world, but it wasn't like she was singing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like a montage kind of. But all the ones in Barbie Land, I wouldn't count that as like a musical because in Barbie Land they're just. When I wake up.
Sorry. But yeah, dude, Mean Girls is one of those few chick flicks I like. The only reason I ever watched it though is because this girl was bullying me in middle school and said I looked like Donovan from Mean Girls, and I didn't know who he was, so I watched the movie and I was very offended that she said I looked like that, and I don't think I do. So
Every time you say this girl said you look like Donovan, I look up what Donovan looks like.
it's just not true. Like I don't.
Oh, and the
Or in the original Mean Girls.
Katie's two friends.
He's a that now.
And no, that's not.
Katie's two friends in the original one.
Mm-hmm.
They were obviously in it again, but they were just not the same.
Yeah.
They were just bad.
I'm not going to see the movie just because I've heard too many bad things about it to go.
Yeah.
And Jackie got mad at me when I was talking to her about it. It's like, I'm not going to go see a musical about Mean Girls. She's like, it was originally a musical, right? It was a Broadway show before it was ever a movie. They're just getting back to the original. I was like, calm down. Go see it. I don't care.
It was just wasn't good. It didn't hold a candle to the original movie,
Yeah.
and it was just upsetting because it felt like I was just watching a bad. It feels like I was watching one of those indie films. I was trying to copy like another like blockbuster movie.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, like Winnie the Blue Blood and Honey.
Yeah.
Winnie the Blue Bunny.
Winnie the Blue Bunny.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. They're making a second one. And
Unfortunately.
the studio's making a Mickey Mouse
Well,
one.
I think-
too.
Yeah, I think they're making it
A lot of
because
people
it was
are.
like $100,000 movie and they made like $7 million off of it, didn't they?
Yeah, no, but the budget's gonna be higher and all this other crap. But the director seems like a douche.
Probably is.
He probably is. He made a Winnie the Pooh.
I mean,
murder movie.
for because Winnie the Pooh went to whatever open
Public
domain,
domain.
public domain, whatever. I would never like the movie because I think Winnie the Pooh is, if you remember our characters video, one of the best characters ever. He's incredible. Like I love Winnie the Pooh. So I think putting him in a horror movie is like
Stupid.
horrible.
Offensive.
It's offensive. It is offensively bad. But like the dude, like it's like a funny idea to like take a beloved character and just for whatever reason make them a murderer. But like it just doesn't apply to Winnie the Pooh at all. So, but the director was like trashing other people that were making like
Winnie the Pooh.
not Winnie like necessarily Winnie the Pooh, but like other public domain movies, and it's like
Got it.
they're clearly just doing it because they can. We're doing it because
We
because like we wanted to do this. I'm like,
we
well,
felt
your movie
called to.
freaking sucked. Like nobody liked it.
Yeah, now
There
Steamboat
wasn't a
Willie.
single human being that saw it and liked it. I'm convinced of that. Like there wasn't anything good about it.
dude.
It has like a 0 and a 7 on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm pretty sure.
I can't believe we've had Winnie the Pooh in our Shirt Story short film.
We did.
I guess I should put the refined version on YouTube again since it's not going to be in the film festival. But
We should
that's-
release it again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up a Winnie the Pooh blood.
Um.
But yeah, now that Steamboat Willie is already public domain, they just immediately
There's 3
started
games
making-
coming out.
Yeah.
I don't think that
I
they even
thought there was
immediately-
only one.
I
There's,
think that
there's
maybe
2
three
horror
now.
ones and one like it's kind of like Among Us, where you're trying to find the murderer on the boat, but
It's still about
cartoony.
Steamboat Willie killing
Yeah.
someone. I don't know. I just think
Has
that
a
stuff is.
3% on Rotten Tomatoes. Has a 50 audience score, I guess I was wrong. Some people apparently liked it.
I feel like people didn't like it for the fact that it was a good movie.
I
They
think
just-
a lot of people thought it was like, oh, it's so bad, it's good.
Yeah.
But I've heard it's just boring. Like nothing
Really?
happens,
Just boring?
and it's just super boring.
I don't know. I feel like the shock value of it kind of adds to the.
Well, the shock value has worn off now, so the
yeah.
second one doesn't matter.
Like, there's no point in watching it now. But like when it first came out, I could see like the reason why people went and saw it and either liked it because it was a bad movie.
That's what, I think
Or
the
just
second
hated
one's
it
gonna
because it was just
bomb
bad.
because they're gonna have a bigger budget, but nobody's gonna care because like, oh, I don't really care.
Yeah,
The
there's
first
no
one,
shock
the first
value.
one sucked, and I already know that Winnie the Pooh kills people now. And then it was just literally a mask, and it was a big bulky dude in a mask. Like who?
Yeah, I knew it wasn't just Winnie the. Well, I think like the
There's
plot of the movie was that Winnie the Pooh and Piglet were both just after
It was all
Christopher
of
and
them.
Robin
Christopher
left.
Robin left, and then they all became evil.
Yeah,
Although they like killed Eeyore or something. I don't know. It was stupid. We probably shouldn't.
I
talk
could
about
imagine.
it.
Not Eeyore.
Um.
Love Eeyore.
Yeah. So that happened.
it's rough.
But yeah, I feel like a lot of people with the Steamboat Willie stuff, they like already made the movie and were
Yeah.
just
And
waiting
they were
for
just
it.
waiting.
Although, if that's the
Because they
case, they
announced
probably.
all of it.
I guess it would be like a legal issue then if they had already completely made the movie and put it out like as soon as he became public domain. But like, I don't get why that would be a legal
I don't
issue. You
think
could
it
say
could be.
it was a fan project and then out of nowhere,
Yeah.
oh, we didn't see this coming. So, because like now that some hype has died down, like if they put that movie out as soon as he became public domain, I feel like it would have been big news.
Yeah.
But now, who cares? We
That'd
already
be
had
pretty
happen with
funny
Winnie the Pooh.
If they just immediately released a movie into theaters the day
The
like
day that's
the day that Steamboat Willie became the public domain.
The day the trailer released, out now.
Go watch it.
Out now.
Or just
Every
say, like,
streaming
a week
platform,
from today or
even
something.
Disney Plus.
Does that mean Steamboat Willie's on Disney Plus still?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
Disney Plus can't, or like Disney, just because they don't have him in public domain doesn't mean he's not their character.
Yeah.
And then nobody can sue them for having them on Disney Plus because
Yeah.
he's public
It's
domain.
public domain. That makes sense. We should make a movie.
We should
about
just
the
take
movie.
the entirety of Steamboat Willie and upload it to YouTube.
The problem is that the moment you mention that it's Mickey Mouse, it's no longer public
Yeah.
domain because
Because
they're two
Steamboat
separate.
Willie?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
two separate characters.
Well,
I mean, they're the same.
They're both
character.
Mickey Mouse, but one of them is called.
we should make a Steamboat Willie movie.
Yeah, there's the one of the Steamboat Willie movies that's coming out is called like something Mousetrap, and everybody thinks the title's gonna have to change. I think they're calling it Mickey's Mousetrap, and they're like, yeah, that title's gonna.
Yeah, like I can imagine
Until
a corny
Disney picks
joke
up
in the
the
movie.
movie.
It's gonna be like, "What is this guy looking like Mickey? Don't say it!" Like
This
they're gonna
dude
have
looks
to,
like this. Shut up! Shut up!
He
He
gets
gets
like
shot
stare
as
at the-
soon as he says.
I
it.
know.
That
This
would
guy
actually
looks
be a
like
funny
me.
joke.
It would be a funny joke. Like there, I'm writing your jokes for you in your Steamboat Willie murder movie, but
You're welcome.
He
you have
get-
to. You
he
have,
gets
Steamboat
shot
Willie
and he-
kills the person that's about to say,
No.
and then he
He
dies.
gets shot, and then you think it's from Steamboat Willie, but it's actually one of the other people. Like, he can't say that.
That was a close one, guys.
Woo!
If there's one thing more deadly than Steamboat Willie, it's Disney lawsuits.
Ever since that one day that we like found Dinosaur Hotel and watched the entirety of it for some
I
reason,
hate that.
I've just
Gosh.
like
The-
cheap, low budget, same thing. Low budget, like bad actor horror movies.
was
I don't
the
get why they're
worst.
so popular, but they all suck.
That
There's
was
not
the
a
worst
single
thing I've
one
watched,
with
dude.
anything good in it.
Dude, the main lady was so bad at acting. Like,
Like I'm convinced that they're trying to be bad.
The funny,
they're
okay,
trying to be funny.
me and
like,
me and Aaliyah watched a really bad horror movie during Halloween, and it was called BA, but the B was like it's the lady dog, and it's just a bad.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
got you. No, I just realized what you were saying the title was.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's the title of the horror movie, and
Wait, Is A the A word?
Yeah, A's the A word. B is
So,
the
so
called,
it was called
It's
the movie's called BA.
Ditch Trash.
Ditch Trash.
I
Yeah.
thought it was like because BA usually stands for bad butt.
Bad butt. That's
Yeah.
what.
And then okay.
That's what I was trying to.
So then you said
Sure.
that, and I was like, oh.
So- That's the name of the movie, and so we were already kind of like intrigued just to see what it was about, and it was basically a rip
About
off
a
Saw
BA?
movie. No, it was a rip off Saw movie.
Nice.
The villain was like,
The name's so funny. I'm sorry.
no, it really is funny. That's why we played it. It's because it was a funny movie, and then we realized it's just a Saw knockoff. The villain is
So
like takes
His name is Sigil or something like that.
No,
his name is what?
no, his name is BA because that's what everyone called him in high
Shut
school.
up,
and everybody called him that except for his mom. And so when
Sounds like a very
everybody
vulgar
except for his
movie.
mom and then this one
It's
girl
just-
that liked him in high
That's
school.
just not even a clever name to call someone.
No, it was just
It reminds me
it
of.
was just really big black dude, and everyone bullied him because it was just big. So
So he kills people.
well, he kills people that went into. So he was killing these kids that went into his house because they were robbing his house.
Oh.
Because his mom had just died. Either his mom had just died, or they thought that his mom was just so,
So he did
old they
nothing
couldn't
wrong.
do.
He did nothing wrong.
He did nothing wrong, but he's kind of he's on the spectrum. So there was he didn't know any better.
The plot thickens.
The plot thickened.
Y'all remember?
But he killed people by making them play board games. So like there was one death
it's
where he
Jumanji?
was making this girl play Operation on herself.
Oh no! Let's
And-
stop! Let's stop! Let's stop!
But it's
Yeah,
a
so-
low budget movie, so you probably don't even see anything.
Nothing good. But there was Operation and I think Battleship.
Do they
And
blow
then-
each other up?
But then the
I
movie
can't-
is literally called BA.
The movie's called B.A. It's terrible. It was funny though.
I
It was a
wanna look
funny
it up,
bad
but-
movie.
I don't even type out cuss words.
But me and Aaliyah have been trying to find more bad movies just like that because that one was
Dinosaur
funny
Hotel
bad,
1
but
and
it was
2.
Dinosaur Hotel 1 and 2 are some classics.
with me and her mom.
I love the scene when like the one lady like walks outside and then she looks up, sees the dinosaur, and starts screaming for like 30 seconds before she gets aged. Like,
And then the CGI is also just horrible.
y'all remember when we watched Cocaine Shark?
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
Oh,
that
wow,
was-
that
we
powerful.
skimmed
Dude,
through
Big fuck.
They had a shark in a
Dude.
swimming pool. It just threw the guy.
like one of those rubber ducky shorts.
And like, oh, dude, the worst thing
The
about
blood that just came down.
the worst thing about those movies is that like the only thing that seems engaging about the movie is like it's always the cover because it'll be like something like Primordial Death Apes, the name of the movie, and then there's just like 30-foot gorilla with like 100 teeth and massive arms or whatever, and then you never see it in the movie. And it's just like an unknown killer throughout the whole movie. And like all of those movies do that. And like Cocaine Shark, every time it showed the shark was like the same awful CG clip of it like swimming by the camera or something. And then when people were dying, they were just like, ah! It was
My
so
favorite-
freaking
I
bad.
think I remember a scene where it was just showing the shark in a lake, and it was just half the shark on top of the water. It wasn't even like swimming through the lake. It was just half of the shark just cropped with the CGI on top of the surface of the water.
so freaking bad. And then, and actually,
Did it
I'm not
shoot
gonna say-
lasers? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Could you imagine someone like in the studio? Dude, this looks so good.
Guys,
Yeah.
I think we're going viral.
And I'm not going to say well made, but comparative to the movies we've been discussing, do y'all remember the well made, I guess I did so, the well made movie Pig or Piggy,
Gosh,
whatever it was
I
called?
hate that movie.
Piggy, yeah,
I
I remember
hate
that.
It was
movie
so bad.
so much. I don't even want to think about it. Let's change topics because I will throw up thinking about that movie.
I just really like the one scene where they were running on the side
They
of the
made
road.
her run on the side of the road. Like that was
Stop. That's. I
pretty
don't
rough.
want to think about it.
Well, have y'all looked into Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League?
No.
I haven't, but I've only seen
There's
one.
a battle pass.
Really?
For it?
I don't think so.
There, I saw a thing. You said like if you get this bundle, you get a battle pass token.
I mean,
That's
apparently
not
it's an
huge.
online game only. Like it's not even like multiplayer, but you have to be online to play.
So if
Or
I wanted to get it on
It might be
PlayStation, I'd have
multiplayer.
to get PlayStation Plus
probably
to play.
don't get it.
I'm not gonna get it, but
I'm gonna see what IGN give it, but like it is. a massive blow to the DC universe. Like the
Really?
people that made it, I'm convinced hate DC.
They keep taking
Most
blows.
games like that kind of just never really work.
'Cause-
Except the Arkham. Well, I guess
The
that's not
idea,
quite
I was
the
talking to
game.
Jack about it. The idea of like playing the villains and trying to kill the Justice League, it's not for me. I wouldn't want to kill Batman.
It's
or
an
Superman.
interesting. It's
But
an
it's an interesting
interesting
idea.
idea.
But you know what happens in the game?
No.
Brainiac turns the villain or the good guys evil, and so you playing the villains have to go kill the good guys. So it's not even like you're still playing as the good guys. It's not like you're just. But I don't. Oh gosh, it's so dumb.
So wait,
But-
does he do the Suicide Squad kill the Justice League or
Yeah,
do? Okay.
kind of.
In a way.
Wonder Woman, for whatever reason, isn't evil. She might be an evil at some point, but she gets randomly killed off by Superman. And it's super dumb because he like lasers her chest, and then she lives for a couple extra minutes, and then she dies in the end of that cutscene because she like melts like 5 minutes after getting lasered. I'm like, that's not.
She pulled a Wicked Witch.
She literally gets dusted like in Infinity War.
Randomly.
Dusted. Like she's just sitting there, and then out of nowhere her face starts dissolving, and it's like. That's not how Superman works.
That's
And also, Superman got stabbed through the chest with kryptonite and then lasered her. Somebody explain that to me. I've seen plenty of stuff where
Yeah,
Superman
where-
freaking dies the second he gets 10 feet away.
I've
from
just
her.
seen it where Superman loses all his powers as
Yeah.
soon as he gets touched
He
by
doesn't actually
kryptonite.
die.
So like, he doesn't just automatically die, but he does just lose his powers.
Yeah, he doesn't
Like,
die, but like,
I'm-
you know.
I don't know
he's-
if I've seen it where he just stops flying as soon as he gets touched by kryptonite.
Yeah, it was stupid. But the dumbest thing and the most insulting thing is that it releases. Oh, it's early access right now.
Yeah, it's early access. I
Do they
thought.
have a review out for it? Oh, they don't have a rating on IGN because it's not officially released yet. Never mind. The average review of people that have played it's a 4.7, so it's not. I think IGN's gonna give it like a 4 or something. But IGN is actually pretty stupid, so they might give it like a 9 and be like, "This game's a masterpiece." But so the dude that has like been voice acting Batman for forever, Kevin Conroy, something, whatever like that, Conroy, I don't know, Kevin something. He died, and this was like his last role as Batman. And for his last ever role of the Arkham Knight Batman from the Arkham Knight game series, Batman turns evil and dies by getting shot in the face by Harley Quinn.
That's so dumb.
Wow.
Like that's how you end the Arkham Knight. The Arkham Knight.
Well,
The goodness darn Arkham Knight. Like from like one of the biggest game series of all time. Everybody loves the Arkham Knight games. And then you take that freaking character, turn him evil,
Like
and he
it's
dies.
confirmed that character
that is
from
him.
the Arkham Knight.
That is him.
Wow.
that's dumb.
You have to be a special type of stupid to
Yeah.
be willing to put that in your video game and expect people to like it. Like, oh god.
I guess I need.
And they
I,
kill all the Justice League with guns. Like literally all of them are just like battles where you're just shooting at the people. And I watched Superman's
Suicide
death
Squad
scene.
is really not even. I mean, I like the Suicide Squad, but that's really their main trope is that they shoot guns. Except for like King Shark, who is too stupid to shoot a gun. He's
I mean,
just
like,
usually
but
just
like
eating
the
people.
game is it's Boomerang, King Shark, Deadshot, or who it might be, Sport, whatever his name is. But I'm pretty sure it's Deadshot
Bloodsport.
and Harley Quinn. So like only one of them is proficient.
Is it
in
only the
guns.
4 you just said?
Yeah, it's just them 4.
Okay.
Only one's proficient in guns. So like guns shouldn't be your big weapon in the game. But like
Does King Shark shoot a gun?
I have no clue.
There's just no way.
Superman's death is the most anticlimactic thing I've ever seen. Like the cutscene where he dies starts with him falling out of the sky, and that's the end of him. Like he's just getting shot, and then he falls out of the sky and is dead. Like
I just need to watch. I need
Dude.
to watch some of the gameplay of it, but
me and Jack were talking about it, and then I started watching some of the.
Boomerang
some
doesn't
of the
shoot a
stuff.
gun either. He literally just uses a boomerang.
Well, I mean, I don't know if all the characters are shooting guns, but that's how they kill all of the
Yeah.
superheroes.
Well.
From what I've seen, I haven't watched all.
It makes
the
sense for,
Justice League, so
obviously Deadshot or even Bloodsport, whoever it is, or in Harley Quinn to use a gun. That's usually what they use. If Harley Quinn's not using a
I know
bat.
Critical was
Or a
playing
big
it,
hammer.
and
I'm gonna
I saw
watch
a video
Critical's
that
gameplay of it.
he was saying that the ending was really bad, so I might watch If he makes a short video, it was like a stream that was 5 hours long. I'm not about to.
Usually when he streams a game, he puts it on his clips channel and then the VOD, and then he condenses down on his main channel. But I saw that it had come out and there's a 45-minute video on it, and I was gonna watch it.
I started it the other day, but
I don't know. It's an interesting idea, obviously executed very wrong.
and it's a looter shooter. It's not even played like the Arkham games where you can just like free roam or like Spider-Man. It's literally a looter shooter.
That's dumb.
So you just spam kill stuff until you can upgrade. Oh gosh.
They screwed up. And then
It's like the zombies, Mr. Beast. Thing
It's just a zombies game, but DC, and you're the Suicide Squad.
That's funny.
Like
I don't know.
why they could have made it where Batman was so smart that he found out how to reverse the evilness, and then the Arkham Knight Batman doesn't.
Or they
freaking
could have
die.
just defeated them without killing them.
I don't get the point. Why?
I mean,
'cause, like,
obviously,
Amanda
they're
Waller's in the
villains,
game.
and so was Amanda Waller the one
Yeah.
that told him to do it?
Yeah.
Then that makes no sense.
Why would she be like, we gotta kill him? Like, just it was Brainiac that like is controlling their mind. Just kill Brainiac. Oh gosh, it's so freaking stupid.
Well, Amanda Waller is already stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid character, so there's.
I like Amanda Waller in the movie. She sucked in the first one. But
I hate her in both movies.
I love.
I hate her in
second
everything
one.
she's in. Her scene in
Black Adam?
Black Adam's so bad. Like,
Yeah, she sent that drone right
Yeah.
to the Rock, and he's like, "I know you are. I'm sending the whole team." And then Superman just drops down. Just all you see is his logo. But
he's
No,
not even.
you see Henry Cavill.
oh, do you see him? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that.
Just for him to get.
He speaks to him, and now he's not
Fine.
even in the DC EU anymore. But
I hope James Gunn fixes it, which I don't think he's gonna be able
He's
to.
been a part of it
getting
for so long
he's
now,
getting
and I've
his
yet
own
to see
universe.
anything. So.
He's only made one movie though,
Which one did he make?
The Suicide Squad, and then he made Peacemaker show.
the Peacemaker show.
And they're making season
Like-
2, or I don't know why John
His-
Cena would have posted the Peacemaker helmet on his Instagram.
I imagine
Technically,
he
the
would.
first movie that's supposed to start the James Gunn DC era is Superman Legacy, and that's he's supposed to get like his own universe because DC's still stupid and thinks the DCEU can be saved, and it can't. So
Yeah, I don't get what's wrong with
After Flash, I don't know what's going on with Barry Allen. Like, there's just
they need to start over, and they're going to do that with James Gunn, but they're also going to keep the DCEU going, which kind of ruins
makes
the
no
point
sense.
because now you have a bunch.
because
of
now you
storylines
have
that-
two
Yeah.
universes to keep up
And
with,
it's
and
like-
like people who aren't hardcore fans are just gonna watch a movie that it's like, wait, didn't this happen
Yeah.
in another movie? It's like, no, this is a different universe.
If there's multiple Batmans and multiple Supermans going around, nobody's going to watch either of them. Cause
I'm going to watch the James Gunn one because he hasn't let me down with
Besides
it
James
yet.
Gunn fans.
But
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna watch the James Gunn movies because they're probably gonna get. I mean, really, probably.
I've yet to watch a James Gunn movie I haven't liked.
Yeah.
I've yet to watch a James Gunn movie that I would put under a 90.
Yeah.
So you could say he's my favorite director, honestly, because no other director has
Yeah,
that
he's-
for me. But I haven't watched Slither, so I don't think I've
Honestly, I'm trying to think of a James Gunn movie that I've watched that wasn't MCU or DCU.
I think those are the only four I've seen.
yeah, that's why he's not in mine.
Because like
My
all the
favorite
movies
director
I've seen are
because
just
I've only seen
they're all
superhero movies.
superhero
Yeah.
films and stuff. Which
Which
I'm
is fine.
I'm a sucker for for superhero stuff, anyways. But
Yeah.
James
I
Gunn is probably
used to be.
the best.
He's the best superhero.
best of the
director, for
superhero.
Wait, he made Super? I want to rewatch Super, dude. That movie was.
Remember
really-
when the
really
MCU tried to
sad.
fire James Gunn?
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Man,
Have y'all heard of
before
Super?
I have not.
no.
It's a
Before
superhero
the-
movie about Rainn Wilson.
Oh, I have heard of the
He
Super.
kills people with a wrench.
Yeah, I've seen.
No,
I've seen the
haven't
pictures
heard
of
of
him in
that.
his suit. It's really funny.
I haven't heard of that.
But they tried to fire James Gunn before the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie because of a tweet he posted 7 years prior.
What did
To
it
that,
say?
It was a bad
It was a,
joke.
it was
He
a
should-
bad.
He shouldn't have
done
said it,
but
but it was 7 years ago, and someone found it, and they tried to fire him because they're Disney.
and then the entire
The-
Guardians
yeah,
cast
they're
was
like-
like, "Screw that! I'm not making another
They're
movie."
like, no, we won't be back if y'all fire James Gunn. This is like literally his project, which I respected them. And I think the only person who said they'd come back was the girl who played Gamora. And they're like, Chris Pratt, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, and Bradley Cooper. We're all like, yeah, no, we're walking. If you
Way bigger names than.
Zoe
Gamora.
Saldana's a pretty big name. Is
She
not?
is.
I mean, I know
she is
she's in Avatar.
She's in
Star
5
Trek.
of the top 5, or she's in 4 of like
I
the
guess
top
I just
5
don't know.
She's
highest
a
grossing
most
movies.
of the
In
movies she's
sci-fi
in.
and stuff, she's huge.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, she's
I'm
in-
only very familiar with her in Avatar and
She was
Guardians, but
Big in
I
Star
didn't.
Trek too.
I never
Maybe
watched
3
Star
of the top
Trek.
5. I know she's in Infinity War, Endgame, and Avatar. So
Yeah,
I mean,
She's
she's big in like the MCU and Avatar, which are probably the top 3 biggest names.
You said 2 things.
In the top
Oh.
3,
Sorry.
it's in the top
I
3.
get you.
The MCU and then Avatar.
Yeah. No, she's a big name, but yeah, the rest of the guys are like, yeah, no, we're walking. Well, she never said anything about the comment itself. She just never said she was gonna walk away
if the
Just gotta
Guardians
think about that,
franchise
yeah.
wasn't so good, the bitter part of me would have hoped that they would have been like, fine, we're gonna make it without you, and then they would have made like the worst movie of all
Yeah.
time about Gamora. It would have been like the Guardians, but it starts with Gamora being sad that all her friends
think
died.
It's like
off
Gamora
screen.
just takes over the spot of being like
I
the
think
leader.
Karen Gillan even said she wouldn't come back, which was. Yeah.
Was that Nebula?
Yeah.
I like
Um,
Karen Gillan.
I did too. She's hilarious in
Her-
Jumanji, dude.
Her performance
She's-
in Guardians 3 was so much better than previous ones, and her past performances were good, but
Yeah.
like she.
I thought she really
In
started
Guardians
growing as a
3.
character like in Infinity War and
In
or
Infinity
Endgame's
War-
probably better, but
No, I hate how they did her in Endgame.
They did her dirty in Endgame.
I thought
They
I
did-
thought she did all
They
right.
did my least favorite trope of all time. I think is my least.
They
favorite
replaced
trope,
her with a-
which is when like there's 2 versions or of a character or something like that, like shape shifting stuff, and then the viewer knows, and then they go infiltrate, and they're like, huh. Nebula's acting so weird. Like 5 minutes ago, she loved us, and now when we're interacting with alternate timelines, she hates us again. This is so. It's got to be regular Nebula. No,
Yeah.
no, idiots. It's my least favorite trope.
It was dumb.
Pisses me off.
I agree with you.
Chainsaw Man did it, but they did it good. And by did it good, I mean the person that transformed into somebody else died before they accomplished anything.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
It's,
I figured it was a spoiler.
it happens very fast. It's a very small thing, so I didn't think about it. I forgot you were here for a second. I'm sorry. I got excited.
He got really excited.
I'm forgettable.
Speaking of you being here you go.
I was looking at Stitch, wondering when we were gonna segue into this.
Sometimes I just randomly think about
This is my little piece that I brought to the set today. It's Gaming Stitch. I got it as a gift on Christmas from my girlfriend, and I love him so much. He's adorable.
He's cute.
There's a big plush of him that looks like this pop, and I don't know if y'all can see it very well.
I was gonna get the dust off of it.
Me and JJ saw the plush at GameStop the other day.
She was gonna get me the plush because she knew that was what I wanted, but she said at her GameStop they didn't have the plush, but they had the pop, and I like the pop better. I wouldn't say better, but it goes well for my pop collection,
It does.
which is ever
As a-
so slightly growing. I only got like
As a pop
7 or 8 of
enjoyer,
them.
I like. He doesn't sit well by himself.
No, he doesn't.
Did he come with a stand and you just didn't see it?
No.
No.
Oh yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, there's a little hole in him.
He came with a stand.
I guess I gotta get that out the box. But
Sometimes I don't see the stands either.
I hope Samurai. I have the Samurai Jack one, and I wish I have the Samurai Jack one where he's got the white robe.
The armored. If it wasn't the armored Samurai Jack, I would have bought it.
I mean, I got him on clearance. So,
Yeah.
But he can't stand up well either, so I might recheck his box and see if he's got a stand. But
How did I do this?
you want just me to hold him?
I give up. Take him.
Come here, boy.
Here's what I got. I think I might have already showed off both of these, but I don't know. I didn't have anything, so I just got 2 stuff.
You
that I
definitely
like.
showed off Gang Orko because we talked about how cool his name was.
We might have just talked about how cool his name was.
No, you had him with
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Gang Orca again.
I don't know if we ever looked at who
I
it was.
only brought Gang Orca in because I might go get this dude too at the Columbus GameStop, but I'm watching the episodes right now where they play baseball. So, which I'm almost done.
They
I'm-
played baseball in Samurai Champloo.
It's
was
at the
really
end of
fun.
season 5. It's some OVAs, and so I'm about to start
The
season
Japanese
6
love baseball.
I know they do.
because they're really good.
They were really
They're very
good.
good.
But like next to America, they're really good.
I want to get this one.
Mount
They-
Lady.
I want to get a regular Fat Gum. I was very surprised at how much I liked Fat Gum's character.
I need to get back into My Hero because like
it. Season 7's coming out soon.
yeah, I know.
And I'm about to watch season.
I think season 5 is the last
I'm gonna
season
open this
I left off on. Did you get past the Class 1A versus 1B competition?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm rewatching that
Oh,
because
so you haven't got the baseball thing?
I haven't made it to baseball
It's
yet.
at the end of season 5.
Did you watch the concert?
Yeah,
Okay,
that
that's where I
song they
stopped.
play is good.
It was really good, but the concert was the last episode of My Hero that I've watched, and the only reason I stopped watching it there because that didn't have any more episodes, and so it's been two years since I've last watched it, and then I started rewatching season 5 so I could go back into it. Which, looking back on it now, I probably shouldn't rewatch season 5 because it's just a lot of stuff that I already know what happened.
The concert happens in season 4.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's after.
Season
Season-
4, the beginning of it is the overhaul arc where like Lemillion and them save Eri, and then the second half of it is when Deku fights Gentle Criminal. Yeah.
Then maybe I haven't watched that. I just remember I finished.
But when he's fighting Gentle Criminal is when they're doing the concert stuff. Like the end of that.
Oh
arc
yeah,
is the
Gentle.
concert.
Okay, yeah, I remember Gentle Criminal. Him and the girl that loved him with the.
That weird quirk.
When does
That
the
weird
Power
quirk.
Ranger anime come
I
out?
have no clue. But then season 5, I guess you just haven't seen it. But season 5 the first arc is the Class A versus Class B.
I guess I finished.
That one was
I
okay.
remember finishing that, but I guess I haven't watched past that yet. So I guess I can rewatch it.
The second-
I'm like in the middle of
The
it.
second arc was pretty decent too. I won't spoil anything, but you get Shigaraki's backstory. The main villain with the hand on his face, and he's actually like a character now. I don't
okay.
hate him anymore.
I do remember his backstory.
Oh, well, maybe.
Okay.
So you.
I think I've finished season 5. I just gotta go back,
It was weird.
kind of skim through it.
There was like 7 episodes in a row with no characters. It was literally just the League of Villains,
Mm-hmm.
which was like I was okay with it. There are some of the villains I hate, but Shigaraki was one of them. But now I kind of have, after his backstory, I don't sympathize with him or anything. But I think he's more well written and he's a little bit fleshed out. But I'm excited for season 6. I've heard it's the worst season, but
Is it?
because yeah, so I'm excited to be done with the show though, but I really like it so far. So, but I am very excited.
I think I really liked it at first because it was part of that superhero trope that I just like a lot.
Yeah,
Caleb, I'm sorry we're not giving you much
They
leeway
do.
in this conversation.
they do a good job. I think it's one of the most well written superhero shows, up there with like The Boys, with like how the powers work.
Yeah,
Because
it's
like not all the powers are like basic and good, but people find a way to
Don't
use
move.
them. And then I also like that.
He's moving.
I also like that like all the powers have most of them have like averse effects. Like they'll be like, but they can't do this for more than 5 minutes, or they'll pass out.
it's very
It's a lot.
balanced.
It makes even the people with really good powers feel a little bit, more down to earth compared to others.
Like the only character that wasn't like that was All Might, but All Might got nerfed because he got injured
Yeah,
early in his. I would say early in his career, but he got
All
hurt.
I love All Might.
All Might's such a cool
Don't
character.
we have a Nerf battle?
I'm
We should have a nerf battle.
I'm
That'd be
like
so cool.
beating
We just need a
myself
Nerf
up.
gun. Or 2, or 3.
We should.
Before.
I have one.
Oh,
It's
four.
jammed like her.
My brother used to just collect Nerf guns, and so he's got like a whole arsenal underneath his bed. But
Me and
still
Andy
is.
did too.
I don't think half
Most
those
of
guns
stuff
work
we have
anymore
is good.
because Nerf guns are very easy to jam, and so like I think most of them just don't work the same anymore.
Yeah.
And then he's lost most of the bullets. You know how the bullets kind of go stale after a while? I think all the bullets are just bad.
Stale. I've never heard it. I get it. I like that terminology, but I've never heard.
I think they. I mean,
Yeah.
That's the best way to kind of describe it. Is that
I-
they just kind of go
I
stale.
agree.
Yeah, I get what you're. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I'm picking it up.
I get it, pal.
Hey, but
I'm really beating myself up for not buying that 18-inch All Might top when I saw it for like $30. I didn't watch My Hero, but
I like the show, but I don't think I like it crazy too. I have one pop, and
I don't like it. It's not going to be like top 10 or anything like that, but I like it enough to where
It's in my top 10.
I've
but
seen like 120.
I wasn't gonna buy the 18-inch.
I wouldn't buy it either, but it was no joke $30, and it's normally $100 pop. Like it was $30, and
Yeah.
I'd spend $30 on an 18-inch pop if it was even a character I remotely liked, because that would be cool to have and sit in the corner of my room or something. But
It's
oh
really
well.
big.
So this is Zenitsu.
Wow.
It's one of my favorite scenes from season 1.
Wow.
He's protecting Nezuko in her box. I'm gonna put him back.
I was wondering what he was doing with the bots. But
It's
yeah,
when it's
that
when
is-
Inosuke is trying to kill.
Yeah, I remember.
So.
I was copying me.
Copying the pose, yeah. Well, let's step away from the world of anime for today. We've gotten our rant about My Hero out.
I wouldn't call it a rant.
Not a rant. We've gotten our
Discussion.
spiel discussion. Caleb was mentioning he wanted the Power Ranger pop to come out.
The
Yeah.
anime.
The anime?
Yeah, I already got the pops already came out, and I got the green one.
Thought we were stepping away from anime, guys.
Well, I think he didn't know that I said anime. But speaking of Power Rangers, the new comic series comes out next month, and it's written by the girl who played the Pink Power Ranger in the original Mighty Morphin, so I'm excited about that.
Is the Power Rangers anime the only new Power Rangers content coming out?
Comic book.
Comic book.
And then they're in the process of making a movie, which if it's as bad as the last Power Rangers movie,
I wouldn't
Action
risk
has
it.
The same cast. It's probably
it's
the
not.
same.
Oh, it's not live action?
It's live action, but it's not the same cast. They're completely. The first one did so poorly, they were gonna make a second one and bring in Tommy, and it did so bad, they're just.
Power
scrapping
Rangers
that.
just makes sense that it would be an animated thing.
I agree. Yeah,
Like-
I think it would be better animated than it would be live action.
That's one of the
But
semi-related. That's one of like the biggest. I can't even call it a hot take because it's not really a hot take, but anytime Star Wars is mentioned, Andy
he
loves.
says the Mandalorian should have been animated.
he says all of Star Wars should be animated,
No.
and there are some things I agree because you can do a lot more like fight scenes. His biggest point is the Mandalorian should be animated because the suit is kind of clunky, so he can't have like quick movements or anything like they do in the Clone Wars or whatever.
Sure.
And I agree somewhat, but I think season 1 of the Mandalorian is like pretty perfect Star Wars.
Yeah.
Don't get much better than that. Season 2 was really good too, and season 3
All right.
it had its
We
moments.
understand.
The ending was good, but up till that, it
I
was
need
pretty
to-
good.
I need
I
to
hope
watch the
season 4 is
Mandalorian.
good.
I just haven't.
I'm happy they're getting a season 4.
Yeah, I was scared after the lackluster performance that they would.
I haven't watched any of Star
Season
Wars
1?
TV show.
I need to finish Andor.
Andor's so good.
After watching Drew Gooden's video about
I'll watch
how good
Andor.
it was,
I'll watch
I
Andor
wanted to
again
watch
with
it.
you. Once it it's kind of slow,
Farting today.
but like it's like the first few episodes are slow. But
I
the
like slow
dialogue in it,
burns.
the dialogue in it's so good that you don't care. And then the heist gets to the heist part, and it's like, oh my gosh, this show's incredible.
Yeah.
I love Andor.
I
Andy
just
likes
haven't been
them.
watching too many Disney Plus shows
I
recently.
agree.
I think I went pretty much the whole 2023 without watching one.
I didn't finish a single one.
And
I
the
finished
one I
Loki
watched
and
this
Ahsoka.
year
I need
was.
to watch Loki.
We finished The Mandalorian in 2023.
That was 2023. I guess it was.
It was
Have you
like
talked about
Loki was incredible.
not Loki.
Loki season 2 was incredible.
I need to watch. I don't have Disney Plus on my phone.
Have you talked
or my
about the Death
computer.
Girl yet on this podcast yet?
No.
Death Girl.
Echo.
Echo.
Oh no, I don't want to.
Yeah, that's the only.
That's the biggest
Echo
waste
is
of potential. of
Echo
the
is the
show.
only show Disney show I've watched this year, and it was only 5 episodes long.
Yeah.
But
That's stupid.
it's the only thing I've watched, and unfortunately, I need to get that taste out of my mouth to something else. Thankfully, I haven't watched Loki season 2 yet, so I'm gonna watch that at some
Nowhere
point.
in Echo's history do they go that deep into. Never does she have powers. Like, why do you give her powers in the show? They basically did the same thing with Secret Invasion, except they scaled that up way further.
I still want to
Man.
watch the last episode of Secret Invasion.
I just need to watch Secret Invasion. I don't
Secret Invasion.
like. I'm gonna
might-
watch Secret Invasion just to lead up to the last episode.
You
I
watch
take back-
Secret Invasion and tell me when you watch the last episode. 'Cause
I take
I don't want
back
to waste
what
my
I said
time
about
on that
Echo.
show.
Secret Invasion is the biggest waste of a Marvel show ever. Echo was just bad.
It's so surprising because Secret Invasion was probably the one I was most
I
hyped
knew
for.
Secret
looked
Invasion was going to be
incredible,
bad
dude.
because the trailers looked so good.
Trailer looked
I just
incredible.
They,
like
they spent
knowing-
all their budgeting into the trailer.
It's not even that. It's like knowing Marvel these days. I was like, the trailers are too good. They're over promising something. Something's gonna happen.
Like just like how Ant-Man 3 was. Like the trailer was really good for Ant-Man 3.
and then
the
apparently
movie
they killed
it-
off the like Nick Fury's sidekick girl from the Avengers movies in the first episode.
Yeah.
Screw them.
The only reason I kept watching after that was hoping she was a Skrull, and she never was.
Like screw
No,
them.
I know.
What was her name?
Maria Hill.
Maria
Hill,
Hill.
dude. Screw
I was about to say
them.
Shannon Carter, but that's Peggy's niece, isn't it?
Agent
And then-
13. Yeah.
She
Yeah,
was
she's part of
such
it,
a
but
good
she's not.
character in like the older movies. It's like how like she's been around with the same time as everybody else. Why the freak
I know
bring
she-
her back?
she
just to
blipped with-
freaking kill her.
She blipped with Nick Fury whenever all that was
Yeah.
going down in Infinity War, and then
like
came back at the
Oh
same
my
time.
God.
I think that was the
So
last
dumb.
thing she was in before Secret Invasion, and then
Pretty
they just
sure.
kill her off. But
It's freaking crazy, dude. Like that's absurdly bad writing.
No, it's awful.
And then
That's not even the worst thing about the show. It's not even remotely close to the worst thing about the show, which is absurd. They got up
Yeah.
Maria Hill, and it's not the worst thing that they did.
isn't Rhodey in the show?
Yes.
Okay.
And then apparently
I'm
they
sure.
did.
His writing was so stupid too. It freaking oh my god.
Don't get into it too much. I already knew that Karen Hill died.
Maria.
Maria Hill died. So I don't want to get too much into it.
The start of Ahsoka was like almost pretty similar apparently, where they killed off a character, but then in the
She didn't
next
actually
episode
die.
she was just fine.
She had a lightsaber through her chest. and
Never
didn't actually
in-
die.
Any piece of Star Wars,
Star Wars-
media, have you seen somebody survive something like that besides Darth Maul? Like he's like the exception.
Yeah.
Anybody else that has a lightsaber wound to any part of this dies, but she's fine.
Yeah, and she's.
I feel like Star Wars is pretty bad with that though.
They're really
Supposedly killing off characters and then they come back.
not. Darth Maul's like the only one.
They're
Oh
fine
no,
with
Darth Maul is somehow returned.
Darth Maul has some of the best stuff in Star
Yeah.
Wars, though, so I'm cool.
I'm cool with it too because
So, like-
he's freaking awesome.
I don't think that the Star Wars over the top, the Siege of Mandalore arc and the Clone
Probably
Wars
not.
season 7. That was.
I need to
flawless.
rewatch that. It's very.
I've
very,
rewatched
very,
it like
very
8
good.
times. I try to get Lauren to watch it with me, and she always falls asleep. And I'm like, how dare you? How freaking dare you?
But yeah, the video Drew Gooden made a video about, and he talked about Ahsoka and how much he hated the fact that she came back to life because he was
Yeah.
like, "This is such a good start to a show. Like, you kill off the apprentice in the first episode. It's like there's so much you can do with that." It's like, no, she's fine, and then she doesn't even act like she was hurt or anything.
To be fair, the show got a lot better than from that. Still wasn't great, but it was better than I stopped watching after that. After the second episode, when she was just fine, I was like, nope, this is stupid. And then when I finished it, I was like, oh, okay, it's fine.
I just don't like anything connected to Rebels.
I don't
Noticed
either,
that.
but-
So
I thought that cameo from what's his name in season 3 of Mandalorian, Zeb. I thought that was cool.
I actually did like that, but it was because it was just literally a cameo, and he did nothing.
Yeah.
And Zeb's actually one character from
I don't know.
Rebels.
I don't think I liked any of the characters.
I mean,
I
I
like
didn't. Rebels
Rebels.
is not a good
I like.
show.
I
That's
like
like the
Captain
only.
Rex.
That is the
Captain
only
Rex, yeah.
TV show from
Darth Maul was cool.
of Star Wars I've seen is Rebels because
Wow, that is a sad life to live. I'm sorry.
Dude,
I just
I know it's
haven't
long.
gotten into it. But
Clone
it
Wars
was
is-
just always on Disney XD when I was younger,
Clone
and
Wars
so that's
is the
what
best.
I watched.
Maybe besides Empire Strikes Back, Clone Wars as a whole is the best thing Star Wars has done.
Clone Wars, Empire Strikes Back, or Rogue One, or
The only
Keep
reason I
Star
would say
Wars.
Empire Strikes Back over Clone Wars because there are some Clone Wars arcs that I don't like.
you can skip anything to do that's centered on politics.
Yeah.
Because political stuff can be cool, but it's not in Star
Dude,
Wars.
speaking of political stuff, why the frick is the new creative director of Star Wars' goal with the new movie to make men uncomfortable? That's 90% of your fan base.
It's pretty.
What's the... Are you dumb? Is Disney
It's
dumb?
pretty.
I don't get the point
Like,
of
what?
what would be the point of making either side uncomfortable? Like,
I know.
if they
It's like
hired a guy and was like, I'm gonna make women uncomfortable. It's like, what?
Why?
Why would you want?
It's a fake universe. You don't have to have these problems.
any
You've never had
situation where
this
you're taking a
before.
certain demographic and like excluding them, it's just wrong.
Just don't
Anyways,
exclude-
it's like if the new
Oh my
person was
gosh.
just
It's
completely
so
bigoted and said,
dumb.
I'm gonna make the LGBTQ plus community uncomfortable with this, and it's like, why are you
Like,
excluding this
let's-
side of your fan base?
Let's look at Star Wars
like,
for a second.
Especially
Women have
men.
all the same rights as men do in the Star Wars universe. They can be Jedi. They can be counselors. There are more, and they're in just as high positions as men, if not higher. Like the freaking leader of the rebellion was that lady, whose name I cannot remember, unfortunately. But like, there's nothing wrong with how the world's laid out in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Why would you invent problems that don't need to exist? Rey is literally the main character of the new trilogy, and she rules. So what are you doing?
I don't know, but I'm interested to see how uncomfortable I get.
I'm waiting to just absolutely cringe out my seat
They've already
for the
ruined
next
the
Star Wars
MCU.
movie.
Why are they going to ruin Star Wars? Like,
I just
stop.
I don't get who, from a creative perspective, could see her, hire her, after hearing that her goal is to make.
I know, right?
Even if it's not
How could you do like
90%, I don't
Disney?
think it's 90%. There's a lot of women that
I
watch
don't know,
Star
dude.
Wars. Even if it's 50-50, like that is 50%.
honestly,
of your fan
even if
base.
it's like
even if it's
90-10 for
95% women and 5% men, that's 5% of your fan base.
and especially
Those are your
Star
freaking
Wars
fans.
especially like Star Wars fan base, like 5%, it could be millions.
And,
of
yeah, God,
And-
it's freaking stupid.
That's
It's-
so dumb, dude.
I've never understood the point of purposely making something to make people not like it. Like there's stuff. What was that movie called that we watched in film? About the black dude or the black neighborhood or whatever, and it
To
Oh.
do the right thing.
do the right thing.
Do the right
Like
thing,
that
yeah.
was trying to make people uncomfortable because racism is bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And it takes place in a real universe
It
where it's a
takes
real
place-
problem. It takes place in Brooklyn. That's a real
Like
place.
it's yeah, it's a
Tatooine
real
does not
situation.
exist. Naboo does not exist. Endor does not exist. Cloud City does not exist. Hoth does not exist. Should I continue? I mean,
Yes.
Darth Vader's not real. Luke Skywalker's not a real person. No one can move things with their mind, except for God. Oh my gosh, Donald Glover isn't Lando Calrissian in real life.
No. This is I can't stand this anymore.
Ooh, speaking of Donald Glover, he has a new show coming out on Prime
I saw
in the
that.
next couple of days, and I'm really looking forward
I'm
to
looking
it.
forward to that too. I saw that, and then I remember seeing it the other day. And I was
I
like,
was
oh
thinking-
man,
Donald
we should
Glover's
watch this
Donald
together.
Glover's a spy.
And then I forgot.
That's cool.
I forgot to even mention.
I was thinking of looking forward to it, but 21 Savage is involved, and he's one of my least favorite people on the planet. So
Why is that?
I don't know. Just don't like his music.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say
I don't
I'm a
think
fan of
he's
his
too
music.
involved.
I just don't think he's.
If he's not too involved, I'll probably watch it because I love Donald Glover.
Donald Glover in previous stuff he's like produced is known for having like just absurd cameos, and he should like Liam Neeson's random appearance in Atlanta, or that other dude who's like a big name actor who was just in Atlanta for something. But
My favorite Liam Neeson cameos from Ted.
Ted 2.
Ted 2, yeah.
So I'm given to understand that the cereal is for kids. Yep.
So you're telling me I will not be followed after
Nope,
purchasing
we don't
this
do that
cereal.
here. I won't forget what you've done for me today. I prefer that you do.
Yeah, but it is unfortunate the direction that Star Wars is being projected towards.
Yeah.
So, and it just kind of doesn't make sense from like a marketing
It
standpoint.
doesn't at all. Like it's just Disney.
And Disney
knowing-
is like,
Oh, God.
wake up, wake up,
Is it 8?
wake up.
No. Well, yeah, it is 8. I thought we'd be.
It's just
Oh,
Disney
I gotta
knowing
text
that
Mom.
they're still gonna make money because they're Disney.
Yeah, it's like
and they can just be as woke as they
I don't know.
want to.
Not Star Wars. MCU's getting really bad, but like just because it's the MCU, they know they're still gonna make a.
They
maybe
haven't-
not as big as
they
a
haven't
profit as they
made-
used to.
they
They've
haven't
made
made money.
crap lately.
Yeah.
They haven't made any money
Uh-uh.
recently.
They're losing money 100%.
But their shows are losing.
They
money,
still
for
got
sure.
a fan base that's
They still have a fan base.
quite
yeah.
massive.
They have a
Yeah, for
fan
sure.
base, but the majority of their fan base is people that are mad at them for making bad movies.
Yeah.
Which is why
I feel like more fans are leaving and more hate watchers are coming in.
they need
But
to
like if
use,
the views are staying the same,
It's just funny,
They
but
use-
they're not.
They need to use Deadpool or Fantastic Four or Secret Wars if they ever get to that point, just to reset the MCU and start over, because it's getting to a point of no return.
yeah. What if
Like-
Deadpool like they just secretly been writing it just to reset everything,
That'd be
and then
so. I'd love it if Deadpool was the one who.
if
reset
Deadpool
the
went to
MCU.
like Comic-Con and just absolutely murked the calendar.
He's just in the top writers' room for the next movie. He's like, "You guys have sucked recently." Just kills them all.
Kills the person that made She-Hulk.
This is how they announce Ryan Reynolds is the new creative director of the MCU.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I'd be there for it.
I'd be there for it.
I was
Kills
talking
the
to
Kevin Feige
JJ.
bot.
I was talking to JJ on Monday, and,
Yeah.
and then I realized that I'm pretty sure Deadpool 3 is like the only Marvel movie coming out this year.
It is the only.
And it's not.
And I think it's the only Marvel content coming out this year. I don't think there's a TV show. Nothing. It's just Deadpool 3,
There's a TV show.
which I'm not sure what the TV show would have been.
I think there's.
'Cause I haven't seen any trailers for anything.
I can't remember what it.
I know they're making What If Season 3, but I doubt it's going to come out this
There's
year.
I don't
something
think
else.
it'd be coming out
There's
this
something
year.
else I've seen
Oh.
that's coming out.
Madam Web.
Yeah, that's not MCU, but that's gonna be,
It's Marvel content.
that's
but
gonna be awful.
It's not MCU.
That's gonna be another just big waste of a cool way you could have brought
Sydney
in.
Sweeney as a Spider-Woman.
I'm excited.
I'm on board. I saw an interview of Sydney Sweeney doing a. I haven't been. I wasn't a Sydney Sweeney fan until recently.
I'm still not a Sydney Sweeney fan. She's a horrible actress, and nobody cares.
All
Nobody
this-
cares that she's a bad actress.
No.
Like,
She's going to be in a horror movie called Immaculate.
She'll probably play the blonde girl trope.
No,
That's-
she's playing like a nun.
A nun. That's
Or a Catholic.
yeah. That's it.
Are nuns Catholic?
I don't know. It's a good question. 'Cause I'm not sure.
She's playing a Catholic woman who conceives a child without having intercourse.
interesting.
And
Except she's married.
and like
You being she's
and
married.
bad and
Mary
bad
wasn't
stuff
Catholic, but
and bad stuff happens.
sure. To the baby,
I don't know.
Just in general.
dude.
It seems like a lot of like demonic stuff from the.
It
trailer,
sounds
which
demonic if it's
I won't be watching.
I won't be
the
watching.
virgin
I
Sydney
don't-
Sweeney is giving birth to.
I haven't seen.
Sweetie.
I don't know if I've seen a single movie Sydney Sweeney's in.
Dude, don't watch the
I
Voyeurs.
just
Tell
watched
you that right now.
anyone but you.
I've seen the Voyeurs.
All I know is that she's in
Euphoria.
Euphoria, and that's all I need to know. I don't like her. I'm sorry, Zendaya, but
Nah, dude.
That,
she's-
I've been so
she's
the
just
only
not a
Sydney
good
Sweeney
actress.
content I've watched recently is Anyone But You last week, and I've been watching Euphoria. So like I've doubled down on my Sydney Sweeney recently, and okay. I said I was a fan. I don't mind her, but it also helps that she's very attractive, and most of the content I've seen her in is
she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
yeah.
most of the content I've seen her in. She
doesn't
hasn't
have a
been
big
fully
role in it,
clothed.
though. Dude, I can't wait for Madam Web just to be so freaking horrible.
I mean, it is.
That I
So
give
you don't
it-
have to wait very long.
that I
It comes
give
out in February, doesn't it?
I'm ready to give it a 2,
Get to.
just because already they're doing such weird crap with it that just once again doesn't make sense for Madam Web's character.
Is it gonna go towards like the Venomverse?
I thought they were gonna like bring the Spider Verse to like live action with it, because that's what she does. Like she sees all the different like,
Spider-Man.
Spider Universe.
I'm sure they're gonna have some
but it doesn't
end credit
seem
scene
like
that
that's
tries
what they do.
to connect all of it together, and then they're gonna push it off for some other director to figure out how to
Dude,
to put it
and
all
I'm
together.
so sick of Spider-Man fans being like, "Oh my gosh, Sweeney's Black Cat." No, she's not. She's not.
No, Sydney
She's
Sweeney's-
Jessica Carpenter.
Yeah, she's
Julia Carpenter.
Julia, yeah, you're right. Jessica is the Madam Web's character, but Julia Carpenter. I made a video about it.
I think my first introduction to Sydney Sweeney was that video.
Like
My first introduction was Anyone But You.
mine
I mean,
was
I
Euphoria.
haven't
I'll
watched
never
any
watch
other.
Euphoria.
It's a bad show.
I'm sure I've seen Sydney Sweeney in other stuff, but like
She's
that's
not-
like the
she's
first.
not in a lot of stuff.
She's
She's just now getting big.
Is she okay?
Yeah.
Well,
Her first
Anyone
big
But
role
You
was
the
the
big.
Warriors. I'm pretty sure.
And that movie
was the big first thing I've seen of her,
bad.
which is
And she was
literally
in
just
Once Upon a
week
Time in
ago.
Hollywood, but according to y'all,
It
wasn't a big
it
role.
wasn't a big role.
Yeah.
I mean, dude.
We have Closet 9, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm ready to end when y'all are. But The Warriors is a horrible movie. Like one of the worst, probably the worst movie I've ever seen. Besides the.
I'll
I've
never
heard of
watch
it,
it
I've seen it.
because nudity.
The new
That's
one's bad.
most of the things Sydney Sweeney's in. She's naked, so
That's her trope.
that is her trope.
Naked.
Naked.
One time when I was at sleepaway camp, my roommates tricked me into thinking it was naked day. You ever play dodgeball naked?
Stuff.
That's one of my underrated Spencer lines, because I imagine Jerry Trainer walking around camp naked and never putting on clothes when he just could have easily.
I just need a compilation of Spencer.
He could have easily put on
And Gibby.
clothes at any point of the day when he realized nobody else was naked, but instead he played dodgeball naked. Alright, I'm ready to end when y'all are.
Alright.
I've been Caleb AM.
Y'all have been Caleb AM.
Thank you for appearing on the show, Colton. We appreciate
It's been
your
real.
time.
It's been real.
Fun.
It's been fun.
Been real
It's been
fun.
real fun.
Been real fun.
I'm Caleb Ladd.
I'm Caleb Griffin.
And I'm Caleb Merchant. Colton Merchant.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.